So last time we talked about Spider-Man 4, we did actually discuss a couple of different aspects to the film as far as who's the director of the film, or who they're looking at as a director for the film, I should say more specifically, and the routes the MCU and Sony are creating for Spider-Man 4. Well, there's a little bit more of that, so today we're going to go over some old, some new, some things I've missed, as I have been inactive for holy shit 2 weeks, but we're back now. We're going to get back on this YouTube grind, you feel me? But yeah, anyway, let's get into the news. And as always, the following aren't confirmed. They're rumors, so with that being said, anything not confirmed by Sony, Marvel, an executive at Sony or Marvel are to be taken with a grain of salt. So we are going to mainly talk about Spider-Man, but we do actually need to discuss Avengers Kang Dynasty. Wait, what's that?
Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Holy shit, May just got fired?
It's not Avengers 5, it's Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I missed a lot of things. Okay, so as you all probably know by now, Jonathan Majors got fired from Marvel. So Avengers Kang Dynasty is now being currently called Avengers 5 because they have to rewrite the entire script because, you know, the big bad planned for this next couple of phases was Kang, but since they had to fire Majors, you know, it's kind of up in the air as to like what Avengers is going to look like in multiple aspects, from the main villain to the cast and crew at this point. Like, we don't even know who the fuck's going to be a part of the Avengers team at this point. The upcoming slate for Marvel is kind of weird because it's like they've been planning all these movies to build up to Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Now they have to rewrite some of these other movies other than Avengers 5 probably, because again, like, they were leading up to Kang. Now they gotta like add somebody else in, they gotta rewrite some shit and like fit this new person in, or unless they recast, but I don't know if they're going that route. On top of that, they're definitely gonna have to delay even more shit than they already have had to delay from the strikes and all that craziness that was going on a couple months ago. I just hope that they don't come up with some shit and rush, because that's definitely not what the fans want, but at the same time, this does suck for sure. Now with that being said, here's what's really interesting. This rumor is coming from Daniel RPK. A lot of Daniel RPK news lately. He has said Avengers 5 might start filming late 2024. That's pretty insane considering they have to write out Kang from the movie and write in like a whole new villain, whether that be Doctor Doom maybe, or whoever else they decide to go with, or unless they recast Kang again. But again, who really knows what's going on there at this point? Not only that, but now here's where we tie into the Spider-Man news. Daniel RPK also recently said that Spider-Man 4 will apparently start filming in 2025. I think I speak for everyone when I say we're all hoping for some good actual official news for Spider-Man 4 this year. Sadly, doesn't look like we may be getting anything official just yet, which definitely does suck. And I think we also all thought that, if anything, we just heard that they were finishing the script, I think after the strikes ended, if I'm not mistaken. So they should definitely be filming by the end of this year, right? To release it by the end of 2025. Sadly, that does not currently seem to be the case anymore. However, this does mean a couple interesting different things regarding Spider-Man 4. So we just talked about Avengers 5 and, you know, what's going on with that right now. Let's actually tie that into Spider-Man. So essentially, it sounds like for whatever reason, the next time we're probably going to see Spider-Man is going to have to be Avengers 5, I guess. Then we might actually get this solo Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 4, then eventually Secret Wars. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be very interesting for Marvel and Sony to pull this off, because if the rumors of Tom Holland being lead role in Avengers 5 is still true, how are they going to go about this? Think about this, right? Hear me out. Last time we see Tom Spider-Man is, of course, No Way Home, right? He just lost everything. He lost his loved ones. He lost Aunt May, most of all. He lost his friends, he lost his whole entire life, and everything just got reset. Nobody knows who he is. He's all alone. He's got this new apartment. He's going to college, basically starting all over. How are they going to balance showing us what he's been up to while also balancing every other major story plot line that's going to go on in Avengers, the main big bad of Avengers 5, and as well have Tom Spidey be this huge lead role for the film all at once, and like have the character grow? I'm not entirely sure this is the best idea in my opinion. And the thing is, literally a month ago we talked about, or maybe, I don't know, I think it was a month ago, we talked about Secret Wars being set up by Spider-Man 4. I mean, maybe they could that could very much still be the case, because realistically Spider-Man 4 has to release before Secret Wars, definitely. There's no actual way they can release Spider-Man 4 after Secret Wars unless they somehow just do that and then Spider-Man 4 is with the symbiote. But I don't think that would work well. But yeah, I guess the plan is looking like Avengers 5, Spider-Man 4, then Secret Wars. I really wish they would do Spider-Man 4 first, because I feel like he should just get his own solo movie, then that goes into the huge Avengers event, because I've talked about this before. Like, it would be really weird for Spider-Man to be a part of this big Avengers event and then just go back down to Earth or whatever, have his own solo movie where it's very grounded, because Spider-Man 4 is very likely going to be more grounded and a self-contained Spider-Man story with, you know, just Spider-Man and Peter Parker. For him to just to go to Battle World or just be in Secret Wars in general, I feel like that'd be weird. Like, big event, small contained story, and then back to big event or whatever. Like, is it just me, or would it not make a lot more sense to do Spider-Man 4, you know, tell us where he's been, what he's been doing up to whatever point they start the movie at for Spider-Man 4, and then use that as kind of setup to have Peter grow and to actually, you know, be able to take on that lead role in Avengers 5, and then, you know, Secret Wars, and then Spider-Man 5 or whatever. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that aspect of Spider-Man 4 like versus Avengers 5. But like I said, Daniel RPK reported Spider-Man 4 to film 2025. This does seem kind of a long time from now, but we do have to remember No Way Home's turnaround time and kind of base it off of this. And remember, No Way Home was a much bigger film than this will be as far as hype, probably, and just like comic booky shit, I imagine. No Way Home's turnaround time from beginning of filming to release date was October 2020 to December 2021. So maybe we won't see Spider-Man 4 until 2026, latest 2027 maybe. Honestly, turnaround time shouldn't be more than 2 years once they start filming, because that's only a year and a couple months for No Way Home, but 2 years is just to be like cautionary, I guess, extra time or whatever. So I think if anything, Spider-Man 4 is gonna release definitely before Secret Wars, and Secret Wars is May 7th, 2027. So again, it has to release before Secret Wars to set up Spider-Man 5 to have him with the symbiote in Spider-Man 5, right? Now, there is a year gap between Avengers 5 and Secret Wars. The 6-month mark between those two films is around November, which is close enough to December, which was the release month of No Way Home, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Nonetheless, that's just my speculation. So I'm thinking maybe Spider-Man 4, if they do it this way for whatever stupid reason, Avengers 5, Spider-Man 4, then Secret Wars, if they do it like that. I'm thinking November or December 2026, I think. Let me look again. Okay, yeah, so if they do it that way, I'm thinking November, December 2026. So yeah, that's my speculation. But there's that. And finally, the last rumor we will discuss is that Sony and Marvel are apparently more interested in Drew Goddard, who was the showrunner for the Netflix series Daredevil. They're more interested in him than John Watts via Daniel RPK. So essentially, Drew is in talks for Spider-Man 4, whereas John Watts, the director of the first MCU Spider-Man trilogy, is not. This is interesting. Now, I'm totally okay with this. I love Daredevil Netflix series. Drew Goddard, Spider-Man 4. Yes, please, Kevin Feige, give that man the script. Let's get this ball rolling, because again, I enjoyed Daredevil on Netflix, and that's kind of exactly what Spider-Man 4 needs, that grounded dark grittiness that Daredevil had. Obviously, Spider-Man isn't as violent and stuff like that, but like, I feel like that's what we need for this Spider-Man movie. I will say, from what I remember, because I haven't watched Daredevil in a while, that I feel like there was a little trouble balancing Daredevil versus Matt Murdock in that show. But again, maybe that's just me and my memory, but I'd have to rewatch the show again to remember my full thoughts. Other than that, I really love the show again, so I think Drew Goddard would be a solid choice for this film. Am I upset that John Watts isn't returning? Absolutely not. No disrespect to him or nothing. What he did for his trilogy was cool and all, but for like the origin or whatever. But I feel like, you know, we're going into this new era of Tom Spider-Man. Let's experiment, take that risk, you know, like, and have a different vision for Spider-Man in the MCU going forward, because there's so much they can do, and there's a lot of maturity to be expanded and like shown from Spider-Man No Way Home and up until whenever we see Peter next when Spider-Man 4 comes out, you know what I mean? Because like the way I see it now, before it was kid stuff, when he just got his powers like 6 months ago, when was it, Civil War or whatever, you know, like Peter was like, holy shit, Avengers, like I want to join, you know, like Peter at his heart is a fanboy of the Avengers and those heroes and stuff, and like wanting to be like them, but kind of learning like, hey, this ain't kid shit, this is real. And you know, and I think Peter's learned that lesson, especially after Aunt May. So all in all, like there's so much potential with Tom Spidey. I hope they choose the right director and they knock our socks off with this film, and it will also give Tom Spidey the good points his Spider-Man rep needs as far as how the Spider-Man community views his Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. I kind of do wonder why they aren't having John Watts return again. Not that I want him to, but maybe it's Watts and he wants to do other stuff other than Spidey. Who really knows what's going on with that? Because I'm sure he was their first pick for Spider-Man 4. I imagine, considering someone at Sony, I forgot who, we discussed it a while ago, but somebody at Sony, like the president I think or something, did say they wanted the original crew back, including Tom, Zendaya, and Watts. So I don't know, maybe it's a Watts thing and he doesn't want to do it anymore or whatever. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. What are you thinking about all this? Do you want Spider-Man 4 to come out before or after Avengers 5? Do you think it's a good idea John Watts isn't actually in talks to direct Spider-Man 4 and it instead being Drew Goddard? With that being said, I want to hear your opinion, so make sure to comment down below so I can interact with you in the comments. Thank you for taking the time out every day to click on this video. If you're new to the channel, I try my best to cover confirmations, rumors, leaks regarding Spider-Man media, and whatever else I'm interested in. So if that's what you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 5K. We're almost there. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and to check out my last upload at the top left. Hope you ever had a good day and that you enjoyed the video. Until next time.